What is going on, y'all? Back with another chart breakdown. November 22nd. Um, so first thing we're gonna get into is our AU pretty much progress report, right? So we're nearing the end of the month. As you can see, we're headed towards this is pretty much the last week in the month, plus that Monday, that's the 30th, that'll be the close of the monthly candle. AU is now pretty much made a new higher high up here. As you can see on our weekly, it is still maintaining that very bullish trend here. On our daily, we see a break of our pretty much our structural lower high on the 4-hour time frame, and on a day completely broke structure to the upside. So we now have our pretty much our high point in this whole entire daily structure. Your weekly support levels all the way down there, so still maintain that higher low. We reached up to 73,400 sharp rejection from last week, and then pretty much the week that just passed kind of gapped up and then pretty much just consolidated within this range. It stayed within the range of this bullish candle. It did not break out. Our overall target still sits at 74, which it seems to be maintaining a bit perfectly at the moment. On our 4-hour, we have it maintaining our main support level here. And this is pretty much a structural higher low point for our bias to even change to any sort of intraday shorts. We'll probably have to see a break of this level of support. The week before that, it came down, made this daily higher low here, and then continued that push back up. So what we have now is kind of like this descending triangle in an uptrend formation. As you can see, prices kind of getting lower and lower, showing buyers exhaustion at the top side, but still maintaining the same level of support. So I can honestly see a test back to this level due to all the this bearish engulfing and these two buyers exhaustion candles until we get that next leg up. And then right now you can probably look for some honestly I would like just on my week to week like intraday trades, I would like probably like some sort of counter trend to that downside, so we can have that nice level to take a buy at a better price before this pattern continues. But on this hourly structure, you can see the break of this minor resistance level, and then price looks like it's coming down to either test that or retest further, depending on how much bearish pressure we can see throughout this entire time frame. But structure looks really clean at the moment for AU. We just have to wait pretty much for our entry opportunities to present themselves. Whether or not it maintains this uptrend or not, we're aware of our pretty much our key levels that we're looking for. We're looking for that 74 level for that next leg to come up, and finally a break of 73,300 around pretty much around breaking this resistance level that it formed on the 9th. But I can definitely see that retrace happening here, bouncing off this level of support and then continue that leg back up. Obviously, you want to wait to see how price reacts to this level before taking any buy entries to the upside. But this is where you will have pretty much your best risk reward ratio. So even at this level of support that I have drawn off with this blue line, you have only 25 pips till it's below this wick, which leaves plenty of upside room to make that new higher high, which could be 100 pips plus possible for that moment. And now that's pretty much just a quick take of where we're at right now on this main structure. So on GU now, case kind of similar. If we look at our monthly, we're heading to the close of this. We have a nice bullish pressure coming in. So I wouldn't look for a short all too much, because the monthly actually might just play up here for the next week and a day or so and maintain this bullish candle. So I wouldn't be looking for sells all too much until something really gets disrespected, right? We're still maintaining that uptrend on our weekly time frame, bounce off of 128, and then we kind of have a potential double top forming here on the weekly to make that M-shaped pattern that people like. It's a strong weekly resistance level, so you can't rule out shorts all too much. But G kind of likes to poke before it drops, so you probably could see something like a reach to the upside, a wick out, and then we finally have that nice structure forming on that lower time frame to create entry opportunities for shorts. As of now, it still is maintaining that higher low point. Until it violates here, we can't consider it fully bearish, which is this level is about 131 there. And then on our 4-hour time frame, we have structure being maintained throughout all these areas here. Boom, boom, higher low. And then we have this resistance level that it had a strong reaction to, straight bearish pressure coming off of this 132.9 area. And then we have a lot of buyers exhaustion here. So this gives us a bit of confluence for our shorts. If we look here, this wick area that I have it rejected off, I have something like a descending a trend line being drawn off here, which it seems to be respecting at the utmost currently. So on our lower time frames, you can see how price is kind of getting a bit choppy. If we go to our hourly, that daily high low formed all the way down here, and then we have that uptrend and structure just starting up again, right? So we see a lot of bullish pressure in the market overall. Although we see wicks on the higher time frames, those wicks also have to match up on the lower time frames to consider it real exhaustion, which we see a bit here. Price comes into this orange zone that I have drawn off and then rejects it. Pretty much every time my hourly close up here, the next hour is bearish off of that level. But you can't rule out pretty much all this bullish pressure that we're seeing, right? It's making higher lows throughout this entire area. On this lower time frames, you can see it a bit more clean all throughout here. So at this point where price is right now, we would definitely have to see a break of this level down here for the safe entry. Confidence entry can come from like your lower time frames on the 5-minute, 15-minute. Looking for that bearish pressure on those lower time frames. But in terms of 30-minute structure at the moment, we're still making higher highs and higher lows, right? So we have this rejection, and then we can probably potentially see that retracement back to this level, see what price does if it wicks out, right? You can catch that buy and catch that next leg up that can potentially finally break this weekly resistance that has been in since like 2000. It hasn't broken since pretty much 2018. But that's where it gets kind of scary, right? 2018, that's 2 years ago. So that pretty much tells you that this resistance is very strong. So it's not really safe. I want to say it's not safe to take buys, but if you take buys, make sure your price action and candlestick analysis is on point, because you need to know when to leave your long in case it happens really quick. Kind of like this case here, right? So price pushed up, it was making that same nice little structure on the higher time frame side. Price pushed up, it wicked out like immediately on the 30-minute candle and rejected it. And then finally broke this level of support and started making up lower highs along the way. So make sure you're paying attention to the way the candles are forming in this area, because it can do the same thing, have like a quick reach up and then rejection. So it's more like a wait and see, because you still have to wait on the break of this resistance that it's been maintaining throughout this entire area. So you can even wait for that, pretty much that break up here, and then catch that retest. or we're looking for that break of this level of support here, and then going into the retest for that downside push. You never want to get caught up in messy areas like this until it gives you some firm level that gives you confidence enough to take that order, because you have a lot of buyers exhaustion up here, and then you're looking for that pretty much the price to tell you what to do, whether it's a buy or a sell in this specific area. And our higher time frames is telling us that it's still bullish and can break 133. All right. So for GJ now, on our daily, we have our weekly higher low, where this black line is, which it maintained, and then we have our leg up. So clearly in the uptrend. This is seems like this is now our higher low based on all the consolidation that we've seen next week. You definitely could have got sauced up if she was stuck in that consolidation range. It's still maintaining this higher low for now. Friday closed, nice bullish candle, engulfed the previous bearish candle. And on our 4-hour time frame, we have kind of like pretty much like this counter trend. We have a major push, and then that big retracement. So this is about like I want to say 38.2 on the fibs. We can check. It's fine. Around 38.2, 50%. It's chilling at 50%, what tells you like the market is balanced between buyers and sellers right now. So we're at like a nice level to look for our buying opportunities. It's retesting this level that I have drawn off with this orange zone, and it made our main low down here. So this area that you see on the 4-hour price pretty much opened that range down there. So when price does something like this, it's pretty much telling you that it has availability and headroom to reach that level again. And as you can see, the way this kind of churned up, it's like leaking over towards the upside. It's slowly making its way up that hill. So I can see kind of something like a counter trend here, but also you can see like this this retest happening to knock any longers out the market first before finally making that next leg back up. Because this is a pretty slow push for GJ before it gets explosive. It's pretty much, this is like an accumulation phase. And this level is reachable to make that kind of like that double bottom pattern, and potentially see like that higher low form like right around here, to make like almost like a nice little W pattern, right? Higher low, and then continue that uptrend. For downside bias, there is no downside bias really. People who shorted this kind of like panic shorted. I can see, don't get me wrong, I can see the bearish pressure coming in and happening, but I need to see something. I need to see more of a clean structure base, because we're pretty much stuck in this consolidation range. There is no volume in this market for the last week or so. So when that happens, you want to just be wary of your lower time frames and what price is doing on these this like 4-hour, 1 hour and stuff. As you can see, it made that that lower low, but it still maintained that uptrend on your daily time frame. So you know that this is the low point in this range. So price can still potentially touch it and tap and go back up. So until I see a break of something like this red line that I drew, it's still considered buys for me, and you're just looking for that pullback to continue with buy opportunities. Overall target pretty much being that first level that it rejected off was 139.5, and with a potential of finally seeing 141 again since September. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Those who did, I will see you on the next one.